All right, let's just get right into it. Think about this. What's the very first thing you do when you wake up? If you're like most of us, you reach for your phone. It's almost muscle memory at this point. Feels completely normal, right? Just a quick scroll to see what happened overnight.
But what if that one little habit, that thing we all do, is actually part of a way bigger issue? Something that is literally, measurably shrinking your ability to focus? Well, that's what we're digging into. We're not just going to talk about digital burnout as some vague idea. We are going to unpack the actual science behind it and give you a real, research-backed plan to get your focus back.
So here's the root of the problem. Your brain, it just wasn't designed for this, for the world we live in now. It's dealing with what scientists call cognitive overload. And that's just the way of saying it's drowning in a constant stream of information, pings and notifications, all this stuff it can't keep up with. And that is where that feeling of being mentally exhausted comes from. You know, that constant brain fog.
And if you think that's just a feeling, check out the data. Back in the year 2000, the average human attention span was about 12 seconds. Today, it's dropped to just 8 seconds. Yeah, 8. That is a massive, measurable drop, and it is absolutely not an accident.
So let's pull back the curtain and look at one of the secret weapons tech companies use to get us hooked. It's called a variable reward schedule. What is that? Well, it's basically the same psychological trick that makes slot machines so addictive. You pull the lever and you might win. It's that maybe that keeps you going. Your phone does the exact same thing. Every notification is a pull of the lever. That unpredictability gives your brain a little hit of dopamine, and that creates this powerful cycle that has you checking and checking and checking again. And let's be super clear about this. This is not an accident. It's not a bug, it's a feature. These apps, these platforms, they are literally engineered to hijack your attention. It's by design. And honestly, just understanding that, just seeing that you're playing in a system that was built to do this, that's the first major step to taking back control.
That the damage doesn't stop when you put your phone down. This constant checking leaves something behind. Scientists have a great name for it: attentional residue. Think of it like a computer tab you can't close, eating up your mental processing power. Even after you've looked away, a little piece of your brain is still stuck on that last email or that notification you just saw. And the cost of that residue? It's wild. All that constant task switching can lower your effective IQ by up to 10 points. Let that sink in. That's basically the same cognitive hit as pulling an all-nighter. Now imagine that happening day after day, week after week. It's a massive drain on your ability to think clearly.
All right, so that's the brain side of things, the cognitive cost. But there's a whole other side to this, isn't there? The emotional side. Because all this scrolling isn't just messing with our focus, it's also messing with how we feel about ourselves.
It really boils down to this one idea: idealized self-presentation. And look, let's just be real for a second. When you scroll through your feed, you see the vacations, the promotions, the perfect family photos. You don't see the messy kitchen or the boring Tuesday afternoon. Social media is everyone else's highlight reel, and we're comparing it to our own behind-the-scenes footage.
And we have all felt this, right? You're going about your day, everything's fine, and then, boom, you see that post, the amazing trip, the new job, and instantly, you feel kind of lousy, like you're falling behind. That's the comparison trap in action. It's practically a guaranteed recipe for feeling inadequate and frustrated. What's really crazy is just how often this happens. Research shows that when we're online, we're making about 3 social comparisons every 20 minutes. Now, compare that to our normal offline lives, where it's more like once a day. From once a day to 3 times every 20 minutes. Our brains were just never built to handle that kind of constant social pressure. Okay, but here's the good news. This is the turning point. Because now you see the tricks they're using, the slot machine rewards, the attentional residue, the comparison trap. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. That awareness, that's your power. That's the leverage you need to start fighting back.
So what do we do with this newfound power? Well, first, let's forget about the whole digital detox thing. You know, where you swear off your phone for a week. It sounds good, but it usually doesn't stick. We're going to talk about something much smarter and more sustainable. It's called the digital diet. And the goal isn't to disconnect, it's to be intentional.
Think about it like an actual diet versus a crash cleanse. The detox is extreme, it's temporary, and you usually just bounce right back to your old habits. But a diet is about building healthy, sustainable habits for the long haul. Look, getting rid of technology completely just isn't realistic. The whole point here is to learn how to use it on your own terms.
It's a practical plan that actually works.
The heart of this digital diet idea is something called content calories. You literally start thinking about the information you consume like food. Some of it is like junk food, the angry tweets, the pointless gossip. It gives you that quick sugar rush, that little emotional hit, but it has zero nutritional value. It doesn't actually make you smarter or happier. And this is a really cool way to visualize it. The digital trophic pyramid. It's a hidden pattern in how information gets to you. See, down at the bottom, at the base, you've got the raw ingredients, the original data, the source material. As you go up the pyramid, that stuff gets processed. It's turned into a news article, then a commentary piece, then a meme or a hot take. And every step up the pyramid, you lose context and you gain bias. The goal of a healthy digital diet? It's simple. Try to eat more from the bottom of the pyramid.
Okay, so all this theory is great, but how do we put it into practice? Like right now, today? I'm going to give you 3 super simple, practical first steps. We're not talking about a massive life overhaul here. These are small things that make a huge difference. Step 1, just find out where you're starting from. Grab your phone, go into the settings, and look at your screen time or digital well-being stats. And this is really important. There's no judgment here. We're not trying to make you feel bad. We're just gathering data. You can't fix a problem if you don't know what it looks like. This just gives you a baseline. Step 2, create some tech-free zones. Just designate a physical space where devices are not allowed. And if you're going to start with just one, make it your bedroom. Seriously, the research on this is undeniable. Getting your phone out of your bedroom will improve your sleep, and it stops you from waking up and immediately diving into someone else's drama. You get to start your day on your own terms. And step 3, schedule a focus block. Just start with 30 minutes a day. That's it. For those 30 minutes, your phone goes off, or better yet, it goes into another room, out of sight, out of mind. Think of this as taking your brain to the gym. You're training your attention muscle, letting it clear out all that junk, and remembering what it feels like to actually concentrate. Now listen, don't try to do all of these perfectly tomorrow. That's not the point. Just pick one. Seriously, if you can consistently do just one of these things, that is a massive win. You have to remember, you are pushing back against some of the richest companies in the world that have designed these things to hook you. Every little victory counts. At the end of the day, this isn't about hating technology. It's about loving your own life more. It's about protecting the things that are truly yours. Your time, your attention, your peace of mind. It's about making sure your life is something you actually live, not just something you scroll through. But there's a catch, isn't there? You can set up all these great personal habits, but then what happens when you get that 9 p.m. text from your boss? What about that pressure from everyone else to be always on? That's a whole other level to this problem, isn't it? And it's exactly what we're going to tackle next time.
If this touched your heart, please subscribe, like, and share it with your family. Save this for more meaningful content ahead.